As the years go by, experience becomes wisdom. Every wrinkle, every lived story is proof of how much we've overcome and learned. But with that journey, some habits quietly settle in, and often we don't even notice. Out of love, respect, or fear of hurting someone's feelings, people around us often stay silent. The result? These small behaviors can slowly push away those we care about the most, without us realizing it. Today, I want to share with you 7 common habits that may cause discomfort in later life. Not to judge and never to criticize, but to open our eyes. Because sometimes just a small shift in how we act can help us keep joy, connection, and family close. When we notice these things, we grow. We show love, respect, and care in every gesture. And most importantly, we remind ourselves that aging well isn't only about the body, it's about emotional and social health too. Stay with me until the end, because what you'll hear today might just bring you closer to the ones you love. Habit 1. Neglecting oral hygiene. As we get older, caring for our mouth can become more difficult. Loose dentures, dry mouth, and gum. Issues become more common after 60. The tricky part is that bad breath or unpleasant smells are often noticed by others long before we notice it ourselves. And out of politeness, most won't say a word, even if they feel uncomfortable. Slowly, this creates distance at family lunches, community gatherings, or even during simple chats with neighbors. But here's the good news. There's a solution. Regular checkups with the dentist, well-fitted dentures, brushing and flossing daily, and drinking enough water all make a big difference. Cutting back on coffee and tobacco and eating fresh, natural foods can also help. A clean, healthy smile opens doors. It shows confidence, self-respect, and care for others. Let me tell you about Mr. Allen, a 73-year-old from Newcastle. He was a warm and friendly presence in his local bowls club, but over time he noticed people stepping back. A visit to the dentist revealed poorly fitting dentures and dehydration. After making some changes, his smile came back, and so did his circle of friends. If you believe a healthy smile brings life back, comment below. Number 1. Habit 2. Constant complaints or negative comments. With age comes a fair share of pain, frustrations, and daily struggles, and that's completely normal. But when we complain too often, criticize everything, or always focus on what's wrong, we may unknowingly make our presence emotionally heavy for those around us. Out of respect, people might stay nearby, but in their hearts they start to pull away. They feel drained, uncomfortable, and slowly begin to avoid conversations, visits, even phone calls. Adopting a positive attitude, even in the face of difficulty, is one of the clearest signs of emotional maturity. It doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect, but rather choosing to focus on the good in life, the moments of gratitude, the beauty in small things. Let me tell you about Mrs. Elaine. At 68, she was known for her strength. She raised 3 kids mostly on her own, but in recent years she began to complain constantly about her pain, the news, the food, even the neighbors. Without realizing it, she became more and more isolated. One day, her eldest granddaughter quietly said, "Nan, we miss your happy self, the one who used to laugh at silly jokes and dance in the kitchen." That one sentence touched Elaine deeply. She decided to change. She started focusing on what still brought her joy, on the little things that made life meaningful. And little by little, her warmth returned. And so did her family. If you believe that optimism is a powerful act of love, comment below. Number 2. Habit 3. Lack of attention to body odor. As we grow older, it's natural for the body to go through hormonal, metabolic, and skin changes. These shifts can lead to a stronger or different body odor, often without us realizing it. That familiar old person smell is real, and while no one wants to talk about it, it can be uncomfortable for those nearby. Out of respect or fear of offending, people stay quiet. But body odor is one of the first things people notice when they get close. And without meaning to, it can create distance, pushing away friends, family members, or even carers. The positive news? This is easy to manage with some simple habits. Daily showers, fresh clothes, light breathable fabrics, staying well hydrated, and choosing a balanced diet can make all the difference. And here's something important. Strong perfumes can actually make things worse by mixing with natural odors. The best approach: aim for a clean, fresh, neutral scent that respects your body and those around you. Let me tell you about Mr. Jonas, a kind-hearted 75-year-old who was known for his great humor and gentle spirit. But over time, he noticed people seemed a bit uncomfortable. Hugs became rare, visits shorter. During a checkup, his GP explained that natural metabolic changes had affected his body scent. With a few simple changes, mild soap, daily fresh clothes, lots of water and lighter meals, everything shifted. Mr. Jonas felt more confident again, and the warmth of connection returned. If you believe caring for your body is a true act of love and respect for others, comment below. Number 3. Habit 4. Interrupting or monopolizing conversations. With age comes experience, and with it stories, insights, and opinions we long to share. It's a beautiful thing. But sometimes, without noticing, we interrupt others, steer the conversation back to ourselves, or talk for too long, leaving little space for others to speak. Slowly, conversations stop being shared and start feeling one-sided. This can be especially challenging for the younger generation, who might feel ignored or dismissed. Listening, truly listening, is a quiet but powerful gift. It shows presence, patience, and respect, and creates space for deeper connection. Take the story of Mrs. Teresa. At 70, she was admired for her wisdom and sharp memory. But during family get-togethers, she often interrupted her grandkids mid-sentence to give advice or jump in with her stories. At first, everyone smiled, but over time, the kids pulled back, stayed on their phones, or avoided deeper talks. One day, her daughter gently said, "Mum, I think the kids just want to feel heard too." That comment stayed with her. From that moment on, Teresa made a promise. She would always let the other person finish before speaking. And the result was remarkable. Her grandkids began opening up, telling her about school, relationships, and dreams. Her voice remained strong, but now her silence had just as much power. If you believe listening is one of the purest forms of love, write in the comments. Number 4. Habit 5. Wearing unkempt clothing on special occasions. As we age, comfort often becomes more important than style, and that's perfectly natural. But during special moments, a birthday lunch, a family gathering, or even a medical appointment, how we present ourselves still speaks volumes. Showing up in old, stained, or wrinkled clothes might unintentionally send the message that we've given up, or that the moment doesn't matter. And without meaning to, it can create distance. The truth is, you don't need fancy or tight clothes to show respect. Just clean, well-kept, thoughtful outfits that reflect care for yourself and for the people you love. Because appearance isn't about vanity, it's about dignity. Let me tell you about Mr. Anselmo. At 76, his warmth was undeniable, but he'd stop paying attention to his clothes. He'd arrive at weddings in flip-flops, show up at birthdays in stained shirts, and go to the doctor in worn-out shorts. Out of love, no one said a word, but slowly the invitations stopped. One day, his daughter handed him a crisp new shirt and gently said, "Dad, you matter so much to us. We want you to look your best in the photos of our lives." That simple gesture moved him. From that day on, Mr. Anselmo made an effort, not to impress, but to honor the moments he shared. And suddenly his presence felt different, stronger, prouder, and full of care. If you believe dressing with intention is a sign of self-respect and love, leave a comment. Number 5. Habit 6. Rejecting new ideas and clinging to the past. Our life experience is a precious gift. But when we refuse to accept change, it can become a barrier. Constantly saying things were better in my day, avoiding new technologies, or judging how others live today can push people away, especially the younger ones. The past matters, but so does the present. And when older adults stay open to new ideas, they become bridges instead of walls. They become role models, not just for what they've lived, but for how they keep learning. That's the true youth of the soul. Let me share the story of Mr. Raoul. At 80, he was intelligent and principled, but closed off. He criticized his grandchildren's music, mocked their clothes, refused to try anything modern. Over time, they stopped opening up to him. They felt judged, unseen. Then one day, something shifted. Mr. Raoul decided to say yes more. He learned to use a smartphone, listened to music his grandkids liked, and began asking questions instead of offering opinions. What changed? Everything. The grandkids laughed with him again. They shared stories. He became not just respected, but loved, sought after. Because curiosity is magnetic at any age. If you believe that learning has no age, limit, write in the comments number 6. Habit 7. Ignoring your own healthcare. As the years go by, many older adults begin to say things like, "I've lived enough. There's no point taking care of myself now. Just let it be." At first, these words might sound like acceptance, but deep down they send a painful message that your own life no longer matters. And this silent neglect doesn't just affect the person, it breaks the hearts of those who love them. Choosing to take care of yourself, even in later years, is not selfish. It's one of the most powerful ways to show love, for life, for your family, and for yourself. Let me tell you about Mrs. Evelyn. At 79, she had spent decades caring for others, her children, her husband, her grandchildren. But little by little, she stopped caring for herself. No more checkups, unhealthy meals, and always the same excuse. It doesn't matter anymore. Her children were worried. But it wasn't until one Sunday lunch, when her little granddaughter looked up and said, "Grandma, we want you strong to play with us," that something shifted inside her. That small, innocent wish reignited something big. Mrs. Evelyn began, walking around the block, eating better and going back to her doctor appointments. The result? More energy, more laughter, and a new sense of purpose. If you believe that taking care of your health is a way of honoring your life and the people who love you, leave a comment. Number 7. Growing old is an art. It's about crafting a story filled with kindness, light, and meaningful moments. And sometimes, the most powerful changes come from correcting the smallest habits, not out of fear but out of love. Love for your journey, love for the ones walking it with you, because while we still have breath, there's always time to grow, to heal, to inspire. If this message touched your heart, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And share this with someone you care about. Oh, and tell us in the comments, which habit spoke to you the most? Which number are you working on today? This video was based on scientific research in gerontology, social psychology, and human behavior. You can find all references in the description below. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next video. And always remember, elder journey, caring for every step along the way.